Hello, Chris Paul here. Buckle up. This list is for people who love dark aura, necromancy, and main characters who don't just beat the villain, they become the final boss. No safe isekai, no cozy power fantasy, only domination. Number 10, Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom. You think you're ready for Ains? Cool, you're not. This arc doesn't ease you in. It drops you straight into political collapse, religious warfare, and undead supremacy. From the jump, the tone is heavy. The colour grading is darker, the backgrounds feel war-scarred, and the OST leans into ominous choirs that make every Ains appearance feel like a funeral march. What makes Sacred Kingdom hit different is the emotional whiplash. You're watching humans cling to hope while the camera keeps cutting back to Ains, calmly calculating their extinction like it's spreadsheet work. The animation during large-scale undead summons is deliberate, almost slow, letting the weight of inevitability sink in. No flashy heroics, just doom. Character-wise, this is Ains at peak final boss energy. No confusion, no hesitation, just absolute control. Even the silence between dialogue feels threatening, like the world itself knows resistance is pointless. I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't comfort viewing. If you want god-tier villain energy and zero moral safety nets, do not skip this. Number 9, Villainess level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. Cute art style. Soft voice acting. So why does it feel like the world is one bad decision from annihilation? That's the trick. This show lulls you in with pastel visuals and calm pacing, then quietly reveals that the MC is an existential threat. The animation is clean and deceptively gentle, but every time her power leaks out, the sound design drops into this low, unsettling hum. What makes it special isn't explosions, it's restraint. She's not trying to be evil, yet the narrative constantly frames her as the inevitable endgame. Side characters react with subtle fear, not panic, which somehow makes it worse. The vibe is, everyone knows she could end this world, and they're praying she doesn't feel like it today. There are moments where summoned entities or overwhelming magic happen off-screen, and honestly, that choice is genius. Your imagination fills in the horror. The emotional weight comes from isolation, being too powerful to exist normally. If you enjoy slow burn tension and villain energy wrapped in a calm, almost cozy shell, this will mess with your head in the best way. Number 8, The New Gate. What if clearing the game didn't free you? It crowned you. The New Gate carries this quiet, post-apocalyptic MMO atmosphere where victory already happened and the world is still paying for it. The art direction leans metallic and desaturated, like a world that never fully healed after the final raid. The MC doesn't just summon power, he commands remnants of a dead era. Ancient beings, forgotten systems, NPCs that now feel disturbingly alive. The sound design sells it, echoing footsteps, digital chimes warped into something almost spiritual. What really hits is how other characters treat him, not as a hero, but as a living relic. Someone who belongs to the end credits of history. Every fight feels unfair, not because he's flashy, but because the outcome is predetermined. Watching this feels like standing behind the final boss after the story should have ended. If you love melancholic dominance and last man standing energy, this is your jam. Number 7, the strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human, necromancer, strategist, problem. This anime flips expectations by making intelligence the real weapon. The animation during battle scenes isn't chaotic, it's surgical. Clean spell geometry, sharp cuts, and a soundtrack that emphasizes tension over hype. The MC doesn't just summon the dead, he weaponizes morale, fear, and inevitability. Undead armies aren't just bodies, they're psychological warfare. You feel the dread on the opposing side. There's a coldness to his command that screams final boss in the making. What stands out is the dynamic with demon generals. They're powerful, loud, confident, and then there's him, calm and human, controlling the battlefield like a chessboard. Every victory feels earned through planning, not brute force. Don't watch this half asleep. If you like smart, tactical domination with a creeping, he's worse than the demons realization, lock in. Number 6, Demon Lord Retry! You came for comedy? Then the necromancy hit. This reboot leans harder into atmosphere. The humour is still there, but the lighting, shadows and sound design push things darker. When the MC summons the dead, it's played straight. No jokes, no relief. The undead designs are rougher, more grotesque. And the animation doesn't overpolish them. That scratchy, raw look sells the danger. The MC's calm demeanor, contrasted with literal armies of the dead, is peak aura farming. What makes it unique is balance. One moment you're laughing, the next you realize the MC has accidentally positioned himself as the apex threat of the world. Characters around him slowly shift from allies to followers, and that transition is unsettling. If you like tonal whiplash and villains who don't even realize they've become the endgame, this one's for you. Number 5. Apocalypse Bringer Mynoghra. This isn't Isekai. This is Conquest. Mynoghra feels like a dark strategy game brought to life. The art direction is oppressive, twisted landscapes, corrupted colours, and creature designs that look wrong. The OST is heavy on low strings and war drums, making every scene feel like preparation for extinction. The MC doesn't just summon the dead, he builds a civilization out of them. Watching nations fall isn't dramatic, it's methodical. The pacing is deliberate, letting you sit with the horror of inevitability. Character interactions are minimal, but that's intentional. This anime thrives on isolation and command. The MC is less a person, more a force of nature. By the time you realize he's the final boss, the world already accepted it. If you want pure, unapologetic villain progression with zero redemption arcs, do not sleep on this. Number 4. From Bureaucrat to Villainess. Dad's been reincarnated. Sounds wholesome, right? That's the lie. This anime weaponizes contrast. Bright colours, comedic timing, and then political manipulation and absolute authority. The MC's dad logic turns into terrifying efficiency. While necromancy isn't flashy here, the power dynamics feel just as lethal. Systems bend, characters fall in line. The animation uses framing, low angles, crowd shots to slowly position the MC as the center of control. The emotional weight comes from watching kindness morph into dominance. It's subtle, no villain speeches, just decisions that reshape the world. If you enjoy psychological final boss energy wrapped in comedy and irony, this will surprise you hard. Number 3. Headhunted to Another World, from salaryman to Big Four. What if the final boss was corporate? This anime goes crazy with structure. The MC climbs power hierarchies instead of dungeons, but the effect is the same. By the time undead forces and overwhelming magic enter the picture, he's already untouchable. The animation during large-scale scenes emphasizes scale. Wide shots, tiny enemies, massive summoned forces. The sound design sells authority, heavy footsteps, echoing commands. What makes it special is inevitability. Every episode feels like another contract signed for the world's downfall. If you like strategic dominance and villains built through systems, this is criminally underrated. Number 2. A wild last boss appeared. The title isn't joking. The boss already won. From episode 1, the MC is the final boss. The animation leans grand, massive spell effects, mythic designs, and an OST that sounds like endgame music permanently stuck on loop. Summoning the dead here feels ceremonial, almost divine. The world reacts with fear, worship, or both. Side characters exist to highlight scale, how small everyone else is. Watching this feels like reading lore instead of plot, and that's the appeal. If you want zero build-up and instant god-tier dominance, this will feed you. Number 1. The most heretical last boss queen. From Villainess to Savior Season 2. You thought redemption was the end? Nah, it was the setup. Season 2 leans darker, heavier, and more emotionally brutal. The animation improves, sharper expressions, more deliberate pacing. When the MC uses overwhelming power, including death-aligned abilities, it's framed as tragic, not triumphant. The OST hurts. Soft piano under morally impossible choices. Silence during moments that should feel heroic. You're constantly asking yourself if saving the world means becoming its executioner. By the end, she's not a villain or hero. She's the final authority, and that's terrifying. If you want emotional damage, ethical chaos, and final boss energy that lingers, this deserves number 1. Alright, I'm throwing it to you. Who did I underrate? And which one would you crown as the real final boss? Drop your takes, argue respectfully, or don't. I'll see you in the comments.